Let's get in here. It is Tuesday tip off. Welcome back to the Daily Dose with Des. I am your host, Des. I got AC today. So much AC. I'm in an oversized shirt because it is actually cold in here. But you know what? I'm not touching AC. Wanna know why? Because the last time things was touched, I was in here sweating like a rotisserie chicken. So we have things to talk about with you today. It's gonna be a heavy show. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Like when I looked at the topics, I'm like, whoa, this is a lot of madness. This is a lot of madness. But as always, there's some good things going on. So we're going to be talking about the South Carolina Gamecocks, the Oklahoma Sooners, Boomer Sooner. We're going to be talking about Team USA, but really the fans of Team USA and some other heavy cases that we have going on. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you're hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and put your bell notifications on so you know when I'm going live. But I usually am here, 10:30. I didn't know the NBA draft was going on today. Yeah. So there's that. But all things are gonna work out for our good, right? Yeah. So you know what we gotta do. Lock in. Lock in right now. Right now. I'm not joking. All right. So yeah, let's just do what we usually do.
Admit it. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it loud. Got you feeling so proud. This is how we do it now. Daily dose with this. Got you coming back for more.
All right, we're gonna get into the show today. I was definitely, I have to check my sound. It sucks. I can never actually do it. What? I do want to say though, we are at 988 for subscribers. So again, trying to naturally and authentically build this community, build the playmakers. I think that's what I want to call you guys now, the playmakers. Building the playmakers bit by bit, piece by piece. And that's where we are. So yeah, I'm thank you so much for everybody who is subscribed. It really means the world to me. It really does. I mean, last year around this time, I think there was like 10 subscribers. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, I started the channel and I didn't do any type of work on the channel. I didn't do any lives. I didn't do any shorts. I didn't do anything. The channel was just here. And I was like, oh, it'll just be my library where I'm gonna like put the stuff. And I was like, maybe I should just start putting some time into it and really building my YouTube identity a little bit. And then I started, and slowly but surely we started to get subscribers. And it means so much to me, especially because like I feel like I'll be wanting to quit every day. I ain't gonna hold y'all. But I haven't quit yet out of this limb here. But anyway, that's gonna jump into everything. I just did want to share that good and exciting news because like we're building this community and I just want everybody to know that. And before, I didn't do a lot of studying on the NBA draft, but I do want to say congratulations to all of the young men whose dreams are coming true tonight, getting drafted into the NBA. Like what an amazing career you have ahead of you if you just stick to it and just do it right. And obviously, I do know that the number one overall draft pick, AJ, the last name is a little shaky, but AJ went to the Washington Wizards. So congratulations to him. He will be joining Trae Young, AD. I was gonna say his whole name, but Anthony Davis, if he can stay healthy, obviously, and some other faces on the Wizards. They're saying that the Wizards are going to be spooky this year. They're going to change the dynamics of the East. They also said that about Giannis going to the Heat, that it's going to change the dynamic of the East. So to me, the East is just continuing to get stronger and stronger. I already thought the East was strong coming in last season. I don't know why people didn't think that the East was strong. I feel like they had so many teams that were just like even out that they just are just as good as each other. But the Cavs, the Pistons, the Knicks, yeah, even Orlando, like sliding in there a little bit. So there's a lot of great teams coming out of the East. So I think it's going to be definitely competitive. So young men, congratulations, and just be ready to work. You hear me? Work. All right. I don't like this thing being on here. Where's my little book at? I don't know what happened. I think we'll just have to do the arm stretch. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Thank you so much. Keep pushing. I'm doing great. I'm trying to be great. The title, I hope the title of this is not the old title, because the goats are back is not what it's supposed to be. Jesus, help me. But we're going to do one more good news because everything else is pretty heavy, pretty loaded. So the Oklahoma Sooners, Boomer Sooners, did in freaking domination. Was that even a word? Domination? In such a dynamic and dominant fashion, they were able to win the College Baseball World Series, taking down UNC 13-2 in game 3. Winner takes all. So they came in hot and spicy the first game, put it away. And then the second game, UNC fought back and won the game. So it was like, okay, now we're going to 3. I've said this plenty of times, but if you're new here and you don't know, if you just haven't been paying attention or you didn't see the other episodes, the College World Series is the best of 3. And this series went to 3. And Oklahoma just showed up. I watched the game, and when I say they were flawless. And now, obviously, looking at it from a baseball, perspective, you're probably like, not flawless, but they basically were flawless to me. Like, they executed, they showed up in the moment. I think that was the lesson there. You have to show up in your moment. UNC made so many mistakes. I feel like they were just ahead of themselves. I feel like they were just, like, I don't know, mental clarity or something. Maybe they were nervous. I don't know what was going on, but the team that we saw previously and the team that showed up for game 3 was not the same UNC Tar Heels team. And I was just like, dang, North Carolina can't catch a break this year. Basketball, football, baseball, like they just can't catch a break. But the Sooners showed up and did what they had to do, put the game far away. By the time they got to the 4th inning, so the College World Series is also 7 innings, right? So by the time they got to the 4th, I was like, yeah, UNC's cooked. They're done. They're done. Just play for the pride at this point. Just play for the pride. And I will say maybe, they did get the 2 runs, but 13, yeah, it was a bad day. It was a bad day for the Tar Heels and an amazing day for the Oklahoma Sooners. So congratulations to them as they have won this year's College World Series. Okay. I love good news. It makes me so happy. So happy. Okay. Now, let's talk about, I'm going to leave my USA comments to the end to end it off with something good. Good. We're going to stay on college and we're going to talk about college basketball. College football. So, talk about having a career and throwing it away before you even really get it started. Yeah, that's the thing. So this is Sam Williams-Dixon. And it had been reported a few days ago that he was arrested for crime, right? Crime. And it was like, what did he do? Well, hello. He did quite a lot. So, he previously played for the Ohio State Buckeyes, and then he was at South Carolina most recently with the Gamecocks. So, of course, being a Gamecock, you're gonna have eyes on you regardless. Ohio Gamecocks, but you're getting, again, in this NIL era, you're getting paid to play. So I don't understand the actions of some of these athletes, from the stealing to the drag racing to the driving while drunk to the, DV. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me, right? Because it's like you have money now. What are you doing? Especially at these bigger schools, like these bigger SEC schools. I can't understand like D3 and all that still, because you still shouldn't be doing it. But it's a little bit more reasonable in the brain to think about, okay, well, maybe he was struggling and he needed it or something. But anyway, Mr. Samuel, okay, he has now been released from the Gamecocks, and he was arrested after police say that he broke into 3 cars in Columbia. He broke into 3 cars in Columbia. Okay. And what makes matters worse is that it was him and his younger brother both committing the crime. And obviously there was an arrest warrant put out for him, and eventually he got arrested. The team dealt with it by just putting him off the team. Now, I'm going to make the joke and say if he was at Georgia, he may still be on the team. But this is South Carolina. Shane ain't playing that, okay? So they broke into vehicles, him and his brother Elijah, and basically there was evidence. It says after finding evidence that they broke into 3 different vehicles with intent to steal items of value from June 7th to June 12th. And this is all on the record. So it's not me just saying this. This is actually what's on the record. You can actually look it up. Thestate.com is basically the state news for South Carolina and the capital, which is Columbia. Okay. So Dixon was 21, and basically for the public records, it's saying that obviously he transferred in from Ohio State during the spring. Basically in January, he went through spring practice with the Gamecocks and really was getting himself together and getting himself prepared for the upcoming season. However, a spokesperson basically from USC was like, yeah, he's been dismissed from the team. He will no longer have parts. Obviously, they're going to be upset about it because he transferred him in. You had great potential, and obviously they wanted to use him on the program. But they have to really set the standard and set the tone. Like, we cannot allow this type of behavior to be on our team for you to even think that you can do that without facing the, repercussions of your actions. And it goes on to say in this report here that on June 7th or June 8th, Williams-Dixon and his brother broke into a 2023 Dodge Charger and stole a pair of Rick Owens shoes valued at $1,400, a Gucci watch valued at $2,000, a Cuban link chain with a letter B pendant valued at $6,000, $300 in cash, and a key fob cover which was valued at $100, and a pair of Jordan brand sneakers from the car. The location of this incident was 650 Lincoln Street in Columbia. On June 10th or 11th is stating that they they broke into a 2018 Dodge Charger with the intent to steal items of value. Specific items were not listed, but this happened at the address, again, 650 Lincoln Street in Columbia. And then on June 12th, they broke into a 2026 Mercedes SUV with intent to steal items of value. The specific items were not listed, and this address where it happened is 737 Gadsden Street in Columbia. So basically, the arrest warrant said that they had video surveillance, they had access to card records, they had a confession, and property recovered from Williams-Dixon's residence, according to the University of South Carolina Police. Now, the 650 Lincoln Street address is linked to an address on campus, student complex housing in downtown Columbia. And the 737 address is listed for Gateway 737, another nearby student complex apartments. It's not funny. It's not funny, but why are you stealing from people? Why are you stealing from students on campus? His brother is not listed as a student at South Carolina. So, yeah, there's been 3 charges of larceny, breaking into a vehicle, 1 charge of grand larceny, in which the total value of the items was greater than $2,000, but less than $10,000. And both of them posted the $150,000 personal bond on the Sunday right after they were arrested. And essentially, they'll be going to court and they're going to face the consequences of their actions. I can't make sense of it. Honestly, I just can't. I don't know. The key fob was too far. The key fob was definitely too far. Like, what is you doing, bro? First of all, but why was the car unlocked for the key fob to be inside? Or was it like the extra key? Stop leaving your extra keys in the car. Let's start there. Okay. Stealing from your campus was dumb. I don't even know what other way to put that. Stealing from your college campus apartment complex was dumb. Not thinking that there would be cameras is dumb. Confessing without having a lawyer probably was not the best thing to do. You know, get a lawyer. Whether you did the crime or not condoning the crime, I'm just saying you need to get a lawyer. When they ask you questions, yes, lawyer. Like your first and maybe only word should be lawyer. Lawyer. But I seen a comment online that was like, he was stealing from his teammates. Child, I don't know, but I don't know why would you steal on college campus. If stealing, you shouldn't be stealing at all. But if you're gonna steal, why would you steal on college campus? Why would you not go somewhere else to commit the crimes? And did you really need this money? With like what? I need to just understand the mindset of the athlete and the mindset of his little brother, because what is happening? What are we doing? Well, he can kiss that career away. It's jail. It's going to jail. I don't know what more to say to this, but it's actually really unfortunate that him and his brother felt as though they needed to go steal and take somebody else's property because they clearly didn't have the property of their own. And now your career is over. You're going to probably have to face some jail time or some type of probation or something. Like, grand larceny is nothing to play with. And it just wasn't worth it. It's just not worth it. Okay. Another thing of it not being worth it. Let's really talk about it. Not worth it. This young man is a former player for IONA basketball, and he has been banned by the NCAA for life due to points shaving. So, like I've been reporting on for the past couple weeks, I feel like there's been athletes that the NCAA is just like not having it. They're over it. They're like, you're done. Keep violating our policies, and they're truly trying to put their foot down. I've been talking about this for so many episodes now, how the NCAA is really trying to gather up the Wild Wild West and everything that's going on. Obviously, we know that betting happens, gambling happens, and they're throwing games, they're point shaving, they're doing all of the things to make money. And the NCAA is tired of it and is like, well, introducing gambling was probably the worst of the worst thing that you could have done anyway. And now they're just trying to really, I feel like it's kind of like damage control, because I feel like every time I look at ESPN, there's another player being banned because of his actions. Not saying that it shouldn't happen. I'm just saying that it's like, it feels like it's in rapid pace, rapid speed. I also think this also needs to be some type of rule or something where there has to be a protection of the players, because obviously bettors and everybody else is coming to these athletes. How are they getting a hold of them? How are they getting in contact with them? That's just one thing. But there needs to be a better protection of these players as well, because a lot of them obviously are gullible. A lot of them are obviously, maybe they really need the money, or they just feel like they won't get caught. And they're going and they're doing these things that are just obviously ruining their careers. I'm not blaming the NCAA for not having a rule. I'm blaming the student overall. But I feel like there's something that has to be done there. I feel like we keep facing the same stories over and over and over and over again. And like, obviously there's a pattern, and obviously there's things going on. So what is actually happening? Like, what is the root of the cause and the root of the issue here? And I think that's what the NCAA needs to get figured out and fast, to be honest with you. But this young man, what is his name, child? I'll be writing things. I got too many things on here. His name. Oh, here we go. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm going to say Njie Jr. Or it might be Njie. It's Njie Jr. But Adam here played basketball, and he was a part of shaving points off the game to get money. And now his career will be ruined. And he is banned for life from the NCAA, and he is ineligible to play any more basketball. And then when you look at it, the NBA has faced enough scandal, so I don't think he's going to find a home in the NBA. Adam I hate the fact that we're talking about this right now because it was just not worth it. And not saying he was going to go to the NBA anyway, going to the university that he went to, but like there could have been a chance, but now there's absolutely no chance. Like there's no chance of anything happening. And maybe that's why he did it. Maybe that's why he did. He was like, you know what? I'm not going to the league anyway, so I might as well get what I can get while I can. Still wrong, absolutely wrong, but Adam, I hope that whatever money amount that you got was worth it, because now you have zero chance out of zero chance to do anything else within your career. And people are going to have a hard time trusting you because they're like, if you cheated in the game that you love, doing what you were getting, you may or may not be getting paid to go to school, but at least I'm pretty sure there was some type of scholarship or help along the way. But if you were going to school to do what you love and you were point shaving there, can you imagine what you would do here? And you may not actually like it here. So, I think he's he's gonna have a tough time. Who bounces back? Who bounces back? He bounces back. Who is he? Sam or Adam or both? How do you bounce back from that though? Like genuinely asking, genuinely speaking, like how do you bounce back from something like this where it's like you are now a known cheat or a known thief? Yeah, okay. I don't know, guys. I'm honestly tired. I'm tired of reporting on like these situations because they're like consistently happening. Like, jeez, can't. Okay. Anyway, y'all see my big earrings, my big gold earrings. I was feeling like I was like 90s throwback. I just was feeling myself today. I seen the earrings. I was like, I don't know where those studs are. I'm gonna put on my earrings. I feel like they go good. They go good with the hair. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, next. The next two are heavy. Okay. Viewer discretion is advised. You're not gonna see any video or anything like that. Yeah, don't do that. But these topics are heavy. So we're gonna start with Michael Pennell Jr. Is it Pennell or Pennell? Okay, Michael, former NFL player. Actually, he's a free agent right now. He played for teams like the Kansas City Chiefs. And he has now been accused of lying about knowing a young lady who at first was reported missing, but then they found her body unalived in the Dominican Republic. So Michael has some answering to do. Okay? So let me set the scene for you. Michael has lost it. Okay. Where's my thing at? What? Oh shoot. Did I delete it? Okay, I got a little piece of it here. So let's here. All right. Witnesses. See, Michael, that's where you messed up right there. That's where you messed up right there, not believing or not thinking that there was witnesses before you opened up your mouth and lied. Do we not believe that the truth shall set you free? Michael, okay. Witnesses. Witnesses told Dominican police back in 2021 that Mike had an ongoing relationship with Carly Francesca Gomez Roche, the 22-year-old whose body was found unalived this past January on a property that Michael owned at the time that she went missing. The new ESPN investigation contradicts Michael's earlier claim that he did not know her, and Dominican authorities are treating her unaliving as I'm not going to say the word in here. Michael, a two-time Super Bowl champ and current free agent, denies the report, calling it fake news. And he is saying that He did not lie. He is saying he don't know. He is saying that it wasn't me. Maybe it was them. It wasn't me though. So this thing has spiraled a little bit out of control. And this report was put up, let me see, when did I screenshot this? On Saturday. So it was put up on Friday. So last Friday is when this came out, that the Dominican authorities are now treating this as an unaliving, and he is at the core and the center of it. Where things get super sketchy though is the fact that the property that she went missing from is his property. Now, granted, there very much could be he owned the property, he was renting it out, he didn't really know who was staying there, who was there, he doesn't really know much about the situation. He's going to have to prove that he was not in the DR at this time, even though the witnesses say that he was. The witnesses were saying that they had a relationship together. Now, she is of age, so I don't know why that part is, being just, I guess obviously now that she's unalived, you probably don't want to admit that you had a relationship with her because they're going to look at you. You're all like, the spouses, the boyfriends are always the very first suspects. And he's probably like, I'm not trying to be in none of this, so I'm going to deny it all. But that's the problem. Like, now you're lying, allegedly. And it's making them look at you even more now to figure out, why are you lying? If there are eyewitnesses saying that they saw you together and that they knew that you all were in a relationship, now it gets kind of complicated and it gets kind of funky. And we don't want to hear it's fake news because they're saying it's your property. So we are going to keep our eyes on this because we want to see what comes more of the investigation. But it is a little sketchy and it is a little fishy of like what is actually going on. The report is not saying that he did do something to her or he is the reason of her disappearance and now unaliving, but it is saying that they're looking at him a little bit side-eye because there was really no reason to lie. I think had he cooperated with the authorities from the very beginning, this story would not be shaping up the way that it is. But because he did not comply, and because he did not cooperate and even help them, now they're going to be on him. They're going to be on him like white on rice. Because they're trying to figure out, what is the truth here? Do we believe the witnesses? Do the witnesses have more proof, evidentiary proof? Is there photos? Is there videos, text messages, anything? Because the young lady went missing and now her body is found and they're trying to figure out, and I'm pretty sure her family is trying to figure out what exactly happened. And I wonder if some of those witnesses are her family members. And they're like, no, we know that they were together. We know that they had a relationship. So this is going to unfold and it's going to be messy. And right at the point where he's a free agent. So this is definitely not ties that he wanted to add to his name going into free agency, which could be another reason why he denied it. But I also feel like it's going to be hard for him to find a home at this point with all of this going on and all this news coming to part. And again, I hope that none of it has anything to really do with him and that it's just like I don't want to say a coincidence because a lot of things aren't really a coincidence because where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So I hope that he has no involvement in this, but it doesn't look good for him, in my opinion, right now because he has lied and it is now coming to light that what he's saying was not true. Is actually, there's some truth to it. That's rough. That is very, very rough. Yes, it's very sad. Again, I hate that I even have to talk about this right now because I don't like talking about things like this, but it's the news. And y'all know I give y'all the real deal, Holyfield. I give y'all the news, okay? And my opinions mixed in there as well. But those are the facts that we know right now. Everything is alleged, and we will keep our eyes on this case. Now, moving on to the next one is also a little bit of a heavy case because this is something that I've reported on before. And again, if you're newer here, you haven't actually watched some of the episodes, you probably don't know that I've reported on this. But I have reported on this quite an extensive amount, kind of breaking down the details of this case. But this is Hakimi. And Hakimi is a football player, aka soccer player for the Americans out there, who may not know, who may not call it football. But this report here is found on the bbcnews.com or bbc.com. You can go and view it and read it yourself if you want to. I always encourage you all to go look at the facts yourself. So I'm not just telling you something, even though I'm reading it to you, but okay. But Morocco captain Hakimi is set to stand trial for a grape case. Yes. Drop the G, you understand what I'm saying. Grape case. So I reported a while ago that he was under fire for this allegation and that he was trying to get it thrown out of court. Everything he was trying to do his very, very hardest to not have any involvement in this. One of those things like, no, I didn't do it, consent, all of that. And unfortunately, they're saying they're moving forward with the trial. Probably the worst news that he probably has heard from this whole entire situation, to be honest. So the report reads that the French prosecutor is moving forward. A woman accused the Paris Saint-Germain defender of raping her at his home in the French capital in 2023 when she was the age of 24. The public prosecutor's office in Nanterre, a western suburb of Paris, began a preliminary investigation in March 2023. And that's when I started to report on this, that he was under investigation of this rape allegation and that we would keep tabs on the case as it unfolds. It's unfolding. Okay. So an investigation judge ordered a trial in February 2026. And the French media reported that Hakimi, 27 years old now, failed with a recent appeal to have the trial dismissed. So he was fighting against it, like, absolutely not. I don't want to go to trial. I don't want to deal with this. This didn't happen. I didn't do it. Whatever he was trying to do. And they was like, no, denied. You're getting prosecuted. We want to see the evidence. This thing is going all the way. The French are not playing. He has obviously denied these allegations, and it was like, I don't know who it was or what happened, but that was not the case. Okay? Not the case. Okay. And then it was a statement saying here that this is, quote unquote, the justice system looked me in the eye and said, if you weren't famous, there would never have been a case. And that's what Hakimi wrote on social media this past Friday. I chose to remain silent for years. I believe that maintaining my dignity, being patient, and trusting in the justice system would allow the right decisions to be made. Today, a story that isn't mine is being told at the expense of my family, my life, and above all, the truth. I sometimes feel like I've become an easy target. I've been waiting for this trial since day one, and now I'm eagerly awaiting it. Finally, I'll be able to speak. Okay. Her name is Rachel Flore Pardo. The plaintiff's lawyer said in a statement that after more than 3 years of legal proceedings and after my client was, in her view, defamed and dragged through the mud by Hakimi's defense, this decision brings her relief and hope. Relief that she has been heard by the justice system and will have the right to a trial. She hopes that this trial will help other women and further weaken the wall of denial and impunity surrounding actual violence, including the world of men's football. A date has not been set yet for the trial, and it says all 3 of Morocco's group stage fixtures are being held in the United States, obviously the World Cup, where the team is currently based. But should Morocco progress to the knockout stage, Hakimi could face difficulties with entering Canada or Mexico if their matches are scheduled outside of the United States. So there it is. He was well known in Paris, well known in Morocco, and it's kind of like a battle of two livelihoods here, because she feels as though like she's finally getting to use her voice. She's finally getting to say what happened to her. She's finally getting able to put out her truth. And he is saying, this is all because I'm famous. and it's above the truth. It's all a lie. The justice system has failed me, and I did not do anything wrong. And we shall see what comes from this trial. It's going to unfold. It's been taking a long time. Again, 2023 to now we're in 2026. So over 3 years, this whole investigation and things have been going on. And part of me feels like if they did not have anything to really hang their hats on, there would not be a trial. Not saying that what he's saying is not true. They could be coming after him because he is, well-known, renowned football player, and he's been having it his way and doing, whatever he wants to do, not necessarily in a bad way, but because he's been so successful within his soccer career. And there could also be truth to her statement that she was at his home and she said no and he said yes, and that's what led to the accusation of it being here right now. But the fact that there is going to be a trial, that means that there's some type of evidence somewhere that is looming, that is seeming to be on her side, or at least on the prosecution side. So we're going to really see what comes from this and how this unfolds, and also how this is going to affect him playing in the World Cup. And some people may think that it's like, wait, you're about to face a trial and you're playing in the World Cup? Well, yeah, there hasn't been a date set for the trial yet. They just basically denied his claim to throw it out and dismiss it. They're like, no, you're not going to get it dismissed. We are going to put this in court. This is going to happen. It's been drawn on long enough. You're going to have your day in court. Both of you. You're going to have to show up. Okay? So don't think that just because you playing in the World Cup and everything that we're going to forget. No, we're coming to court. So this is going to be something that's going to unfold, I think, quickly. I think it's going to unfold, and it's going to be heavy. It's going to be heavy. Anytime allegations like this are made and then the woman is at hand, having to get up there and face the facts, face the music, and tell her story, I think it's going to be heavy. And again, this is all alleged. I'm not taking any side of neither one. I'm just giving you the facts of what I think is going on in this case right now and what is happening. And, if he feels as though that he is telling the truth and that he is being set up, I think that his lawyers is going to have to put up a really strong defense and really show and prove that, one, he did not do this, and two, that the justice system is basically using their power against him to essentially belittle him and humble him in every single way possible. So there's that. And that kind of, it does suck for him, and it sucks for the entire, it's like looming over the team. It's probably, but we shall see. We will keep tabs on this and how this will continue to unfold. Okay? All right. Enough with the heaviness. We are done with the heaviness. Okay. So this is huge. Why is it so big? Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I wanted to leave the show on something that I felt was just so sincere and so kind of funny in a way too. So if you haven't been keeping up, this World Cup, obviously hosted in the United States and Mexico, has had so many foreigners come over, and a lot of them are discovering America for the first time. A lot of them are, putting to bed what they've been told about America, about American food, cuisine, people, atmosphere, and all the things. And they are loving it over here. They had, the German Freddie, he was doing his thing. There has been other football players that have come out and talked about how big everything is. They're falling in love with the ranch. They're loving Buc-ee's. They love Walmart. It's like everything that is so American, they're loving every part of it. And TSA has even come out and do not pack ranch in your carry-ons. You cannot do that. You have to check it in your checked bag. And what this is really doing for me and saying to me is that what the world sees of America and what is being shown on the news and all the propaganda that's being put out, it's an overshadow of really what America is and the beauty of America. And I'm very happy that these foreigners and visitors and tourists and everything get to really see America for what it is. Not only its beauty, but our culture and the way that we do things, and literally how you can be in one state, example, the Scots. We love the Scots, by the way. And a fun fact, I studied abroad in Scotland when I was in college, but I love the Scots. But the Scots were literally in Boston at Gillette, right? And then they had to travel to Miami. They're going to get to Miami and it's going to be a total different thing. They're going to be like, are we in the same country? Are we in the same place? Because Miami's a different beast. They turned up Gillette. They turned up Boston. So I can only imagine what they're going to do in Miami. I can only imagine what they're going to do in Miami. Okay, the beach, the warm weather, the party atmosphere, how lively it is, like the whole different culture, the Hispanic culture that's down there, the Caribbean culture that's down there. Like, oh my God. They're going to, I can't wait to see the videos on TikTok because they're literally going to lose their minds in all of the good ways. I love it. I love it. You know, like, they are really getting immersed to our culture. And a lot of them have come on video and have said, like, you know, Americans, you really need to get on, you really need to put out the beauty of your country and really talk about the amazing things that come from your country, because they're coming here and they are loving it. And honestly, I would trade a few of them for a few of us if it means that we get more love for the country. I'm just saying, okay? Don't cancel me. But I'm just saying, we want people here that love it here. Because I love it here. I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. America is the greatest country ever. Ever. And our tourists are saying it. And they're putting it on Nicki Minaj's websites and web pages and internet. That's what I meant to say, internet. But they're putting it all over the internet and they're really bringing the beauty of it. They're really shutting down the rumors and all of the negative things that they have even been told and that they have seen for their own eyes with our media and everything being on the internet. And again, makes a great point that if we really want people to appreciate America and take us more seriously and really value who we are, we really have to start being that way on the internet and really showing what America has to offer, because America has so much to offer. Like, you have 50 different states with all 50 different identities and personalities. Like, you just have so much going on, you know, like the Texas barbecue. Okay. Seeing the Japanese eat the barbecue and the Koreans eat the barbecue, you know, they're like in love. You understand? And having them be in our football stadiums, they played a couple in like college stadiums, but having them be in our actual stadiums as well. Like, they're really getting the full American experience. And I think that also takes my eyes is like, we take so much for granted that we really just don't understand it until people come over here and really talk about how we take so much for granted. So I just love that. And I also love how Americans are finally starting to get behind the soccer team. A lot of them allegedly didn't even know that we had a soccer team. They thought we were just hosting. They didn't even know we had a team. And again, that's all over TikTok too. But I love that they're like, yay, we're in the soccer bowl. They're like, we scored, yay, touchdown, home run. Like, they, you know, I love the fact that we're bringing our humor to soccer and we're really trying to embrace it. A lot of them are like, yo, we're rooting for Diamond's brother, because Diamond came out and was like, my brother is playing, so please root for him, number 16. And he had a great game after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Go ahead, Diamond's brother. But we have so many, we just have so many people just starting to embrace the United States. Like, I really hope, I want us to win. I want us to win. But I don't know if FIFA is ready for us to win. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, I don't think they're ready for us to win, because if we win, it's going to be called soccer from here on out. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we've already won by having people come over here and appreciate us, appreciate our culture, appreciate our hospitality. And it's like showing what the American way and the American dream really looks like. I feel like we've already won by just having our Americans be behind our team and like full throttle, like we need to win, and having them like start to tell the jokes, especially like people who don't watch soccer and don't know what's going on, but they're trying to make the best of it because they may be football people, basketball, baseball, all of that. I love the fact that we're fully behind Team USA, rooting for them, and it just makes me proud to be an American. And that is that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Walmart is definitely a national treasure. They was in the Walmart, y'all, for real. They was in the Walmart like, oh my God, this thing is so big. Everything was like, everything is so big. Everything is bigger in America. And you wonder why we big bags. Y'all eating Wendy's and Waffle House and y'all thinking that's top tier cuisine. Okay, that's not. Okay. Mamba sauce, yeah, they need to swing on by DC, you know. Yes, Onika, Tanya, Mirage, Petty. Tease. But yeah, I love it. I'm all in. Y'all know I've been Team USA from the very beginning. Like, yeah, I like Messi. He's a goat. Ronaldo, another goat. But it's Team USA to the day that I die. Period. Okay. Anyway, that is it for the show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for talking to me. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Again, make sure you're liking the video. It is free for you, helpful to me. That's all I'm asking you for right now. Because when I start asking you for some money, you're going to be mad. Okay? I forgot to bring the merch up here. I'll just put it on the next show. It doesn't matter. But again, thank you for tuning in and for watching and being here with me, for the comments and all that you do. I love it, love it, love it. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, because it has taken me so long to get there, I'm going to do some type of giveaway. I got to figure out what I want to give away, what I want to do. But I am definitely going to be doing some type of giveaway once we get to 1,000 subscribers, because this is not an easy thing to do organically and naturally. So I'm super duper happy and super duper proud. We're like 12. We are 12 subscribers away. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to just subscribe, even if they don't watch. I want you to watch. I want them to watch and be a part of the Playmakers. But if they don't, that's cool. I just need a subscription. Thank you. Okay. Have a great night. Have a good old Tuesday. Thanks for being here with Tuesday Tip Off. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.